Hello. It is, where do we start from? Anyway, it is Channel Sport on Sunday. You're welcome to the show. I'm Kenneth Chinogo. But then it is better to start by saying Happy New Year. This is the first edition of 2022. And I tell you, 2022 is loaded. It's loaded with AFCON, which is just 7 days away. On Sunday, the 9th of January. Yes, the 33rd edition will start right there. And Nigeria will be in Gara. But Nigeria will not be starting. Nigeria will not be starting. It will be Cameroon taking on Burkina Faso. You guys remember Burkina Faso, right? In 2013, we did beat Burkina Faso to win that trophy in South Africa. So the 33rd edition of the African Cup of Nations, African Nations Cup, AFCON, by whatever name you call it, kicks off in 7 days' time. And it will be the turn of Cameroon to see if the FA that will be the hosts and the president of that, the brand new president of that FA, Samuel Eto'o, multiple-time African Footballer of the Year, the highest goal scorer of the AFCON. I tell you, guys, that story that we are going. We told half of that story last week. You know, why Yekini, the name there should be for some of us should have been Rashid Yekini. If only 96 and 98 AFCON in South Africa and Burkina Faso did take place, but then we were not there. And then in his prime, yes, we robbed him of that opportunity of being the top scorer, the AFCON top scorer of all time. Now we celebrate Ronaldo as the all-time scorer in the world in World Cup, you know, international, and then we are celebrating every other one. We should be celebrating our own. It was that honor was there for Laurent Gbagbo when, you know, of Cote d'Ivoire, which is 14 goals, but Rashid was on 13. And in all the Nations Cup he has been to, he has scored less than 3 goals. And in 98, 96 and 98, having won it in 94 as defending champion with the core of that group going to win the Olympic Games in Atlanta, we were primed to do that. But then that is history. We shall take you through the history of, you know, as you know, throughout the tournament. We shall be touching the different aspects of the AFCON. But this one kicks off in 7 days, and today we shall concentrate a lot on that. We'll come to you because eventually they came up and said, yes, we signed it. We signed the Jose, but this Jose is not Jose Mourinho. This Jose Peseiro. So they are both Portuguese, and then one recommended, one Jose recommended the other, or the FSA we interfaced, we discussed. I don't know the language, but whatever language it was, there is a connection because we also had that, you know, Jose Mourinho is one of those persons who, you know, who guarantees Jose Pereiro. Even if, I tell you this, Jose Pereiro has been coaching since 1992. This is his 30th year as a coach. But then we shall look at what he has achieved in those areas. Probably, before West Africa, he achieved what somebody says, maybe Peseiro will do it for us. So we shall look at that also. We shall come to you because we do this show for you, for you guys there at home. Let us know what you feel about the new coach who was, you know, his last port of call was Venezuela, where he coached them for 10 times. I wish I look at the scorecard, but then probably forget the past. Let's look at the present and see if this man will be the new messiah that will take Nigeria to, you know, the soccer's El Dorado. So we shall be looking at that. From the 9th, we'll talk about AFCON. From the 17th of January, we go straight to the farthest part of the world, Australia, and that is the first Grand Slam of the year. Yes, the first Grand Slam of the year. And then we talked about the 2020. We'll talk about the you know, Roger Federer, Rafa Nadal, and then the new kid on the block, Djokovic, who joined them. And then somebody is going for 21. But there's nobody. The status of Djokovic is still shrouded in mystery. Will he play or will he not play? Because we do not know if he has taken either the first or the second or the third shot, you know, of COVID vaccine. And they said, if you do not have that, don't come to the tournament. We'll talk about rules. We'll talk about laws. We'll talk about everybody. Say, these are what you have to do if you want to be part of my competition. The MPFL we are into week 4. But what is happening to Kano Pillars? What is happening to that team that dazzles Kano Pillars? They are in an unenviable position they don't want to be. When you look at the league, you can start from the top or you can start from the bottom. Who do you see and who you do not see? We shall show you the league table and you know where Kano Pillar lies. But then, this is just early days. We hope they will pick up and do, because they have one of the most how do I say it? The most craziest of supporters. When I mean crazy, I mean who go in there and support them. Total support. You talk about Manchester United, talk about Newcastle fans in England. But then you talk about, yes, of course, the new camp. Somebody's looking at me. That is a very big sign. They feel it all day. It tells that they have fans. So Kano Pillars, whenever they play, the stadium is filled. We're going to look at that, but want to start from England, where Pep Guardiola has just gone 11 matches. I tell you this, 11 wins in a row. He went 36 wins in 2021. That means an average of 3 wins a month. No coach in the history of the league has ever achieved that. Is it the money or is it the brain that is doing all that? Happy 2022.
Yes, happy New Year again. Glad we all made it into the new year, and it's good to be back and set again. Pep Guardiola, I just have one thing just bothers me. A lot of people finally end up defining this man's career with Manchester City if he doesn't win the Champions League.
Yeah.
But if you want to look at the Premier League, arguably the toughest competition in the world, he has made it his own. Almost every record in the league has been broken by Pep Guardiola. And this is coming from a manager that a lot of people believe that his philosophy would not work in England. Yes, can be stubborn-headed at times, but he has shown that he knows how to get the results, and that's what he showed in his last match against Arsenal. I do not think they were the better side on the day, but they were able to grind out that win, and that is how you win championships. This is the stuff champions are made of. Arsenal came in firing on all cylinders, got the first goal in that game, and all of a sudden Manchester City turned it on his head, and of course they ended up winning that match. Pep Guardiola this season, yes, he still has an unenviable task of trying to win that Champions League and cementing his legacy as if not one of the greatest, if not the greatest manager of all time. But as far as I'm concerned, with Manchester City and everything he has won, I don't think any manager comes close.
You don't think any manager comes close? No. I tell you, because yesterday, like we said, if it is possible, we can look at the matches that were played, the results of those matches yesterday in England. That is the match. And then the first goal there was scored by Riyad Mahrez. And then he's leaving. That will be his last match.
His last
before
match.
He travels for... Yes, before he go to defend the trophy in Cameroon. Yeah. What a fantastic player he is, and we know that he's hard.
I think with Manchester City, you really cannot tell who will step up. But I remember last season, it was like a Gundogan. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, he just started getting goals. And, and for this season, it's been Bernardo Silva. But this is a team that signed Jack Grealish for 100 million, and somehow they can put him on the bench. With the Riyad Mahrez going away for the AFCON, going to lead Algeria to defend their championship, I think, Pep might have to look inward now and probably give playing time to players that on a normal day might not get starts, like Phil Foden, like Jack Grealish that I mentioned earlier. But I don't really think they would miss him that much as compared to other teams. Let's say, for instance, Liverpool.
All right. We're spicing it because today's show will be centered on the AFCON. We'll be centered on AFCON, and then what is AFCON without the players, and what are the players without the Super Eagles players? So even the coach has been speaking. We'll come to that. But let's see, as at the last count, we have 12 players in camp. Let us see if we can hear from one or two of them who are already there and how they are acclimatizing. These are the teams training. This is the training of the Super Eagles right there in Abuja. So you can see them getting the feels of the turf because they cannot play 11-11 now. They have to just the ones they can play is five aside for now. But I think they are enjoying that.
But more players are slated to join by today, tomorrow latest. Everybody should be in camp. All 28 players should be in camp. And that's for the first time, for those that do not know, for the first time in the history of the championship, we had the CAF expanded the number of players that could be invited for the AFCON.
To 28.
So giving
by 5.
Giving opportunities to players that normally might have missed out or might have been on the fringes. So I think it's a good one for the Super Eagles. And there's something that comes with watching them train like this. No matter how badly the Super Eagles might be playing, but whenever you see them train or whenever you see them get on the pitch, you put everything aside like you just want to focus, you just want to concentrate, and we can only hope for the best because I know that we'll be coming up against very, very tough teams. Our first match will be against the team with the highest number of AFCON wins, against Egypt.
Seven wins against 3 wins. So there'll be 10 wins on that day against each other.
Exactly, you know. So the most traditional teams in the AFCON be taking on each other at Garoua as a stadium in the Abuja Stadium. Seats 30,000 people. Well, let's just hope for
we can. Well, we don't travel because of the COVID thing. If not, Cameroon is there. We could have
bombarded Cameroon with our supporters and
take it over.
You know, exactly.
Okay, let's see. Because there are a lot of talks have been going on about those who are these are the players in camp.
Okay, Zaidi Sanusi from Porto, was Simon of Nantes in France, Francis Uzoho, goalkeeper from Cyprus, Henry Onyekuru, who came in as a replacement for Osimhen, yes. We have Peter Olayinka from Slavia Prague, Chidozie Awazem, and of course Chidera Ejuke from CSK Moscow.
From CSK Moscow. So we still have Daniel Akpeyi.
Yes, Kaizer Chiefs South Africa goalkeeper, Sadiq Omar, Mamera in Spain, Olisanda,
Orlando Pirates.
Yes, John Noble from Enyimba, Taiwo Awoniyi.
Yeah, we'll be clamoring for Taiwo.
Yes.
We've been clamoring for Taiwo, and Taiwo is here, is in camp.
Yeah.
If it is possible, if we can hear from Taiwo, we'll take a lot of some of those questions you were asking will be answered when we go through some of these interviews. But let's see if we can take Taiwo. I think he's part of the team. He's there. Let's if we can hear from Taiwo, you know, in camp. Yeah.
Right here, Super Eagles striker Taiwo Awoniyi. Another training session gone down already. Preparation for the AFCON in full gear right now. What's the feel like?
Yeah, for us, it's just to go there, get ready for the cup, to do everything for the country. And like you said, we just finished another training session, getting there step by step, and hopefully when the time comes, we'll deliver for the country.
How's the training been so far, especially the physical training by the coaches?
Well, it's been a great session, 2 times a day since we resumed into the camp. It's been a nice training session with different drills, getting us into the rhythm and getting prepared for the games.
Thank you very much, Taiwo.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's Baba Femi Raji talking to the players there and giving it us to Nigeria. And they say that this is the AFCON. Yeah, this is 7 days to go. You can count it right on their fingers. The issue is, will Osimhen come? No, Osimhen is out. Trust Babalogun Leon Balogun is out.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Dennis also is out. So a lot of questions were being asked. And at a point, all of us were saying, yeah, look, Osimhen will play. Initially, we said he was not going to play when he had an accident.
Yes.
Later on, we now find out he started training, wore that mask, and there was hope.
Yeah.
But then he didn't come. But if it is possible, let us see if we can hear from the coach of the national, the interim coach of the national team, Austin Eguavoen. He explained a lot of things in this interview. And let's see if he can clear some air, if we can hear from Austin Eguavoen.
With Coach Austin Eguavoen, interim coach of the Super Eagles. Coach, training session done, dusted, 6 players in camp. How's it been?
I think it's we've had 2 sections, one this morning, one this afternoon, and the 6 boys in camp have responded well. Still waiting a whole lot of them too, but we're always in constant touch with them, the communication, and we're expecting. Well, they are not just staying because they don't want to be here, because they have an obligation, they have a commitment, they have to play the last league games before they come by. So everything is going well so far.
Finally, 28-man list. You made some changes. What led to the changes? Osimhen replaced by Onyekuru.
Yes, Osimhen, it's a pity that it's not going to be in AFCON, but he told me he will be in AFCON in spirit. Practically pleaded, and I can see reasons. We tried for like hours. We spoke about it. His health first. That's my concern. That's everyone's concern. But the fact that we want him to be on the pitch and exactly what he knows how to do best, scoring goals, hustling people. But when he spoke with me yesterday, you could see that he was disappointed. And he said to me, Coach, I love to, but you have to understand for the fact that I'm not okay. I don't want to go to AFCON not giving 100%, and that would not be good. You know, I said, okay, why not? We let it be. I gave him a few hours, called him back again, same story. You can understand. He said, even at that, if he has to do some evaluation in the surgery, I think on the 4th or 5th, before they now even give a final nod. And with that sort of injury, you have to consider the young man's health as well. So it was a tough one. We spoke on 3 or 4 different occasions before finally, at midnight, I said, okay, you know what? Let it be. And there's always a tomorrow. It's health first.
And then...
Yes, Onyekuru came in also. Lanyika has to come in. Dennis, he said he tried his best. I know he really tried his best. According to him, we exchanged some text messages. We tried to reach out to the club. The club was like, no, we will not allow Dennis to go. And Dennis also told me that his club had done everything humanly possible for him not to be at the AFCON. I can't force it. I reported the matter to authority. They also tried. That was why we had to wait until about the last second before we just push the button. You know, Dennis said he wants to come, but his club is saying, threatening him. Let me use the word, threatening him. You know, but so what do we do? If a player doesn't want to come, what are you going to do? We have to play with what we have. So based on that, 2 of them were off the list, and I like the enthusiasm. I only informed Onyekuru once, and he was happy about it. Initially, he's been an integral part of this team, and I felt bad that some of them wouldn't be around, but the decision has to be made. Onuachu, Onyekuru, Taiwo Awoniyi, a few other ones, you know. I felt bad, but as soon as that opening was there, Shehu Abdullahi also said, you know, the report came that he's been injured, he's going to be out for 10 days to 2 weeks. And we reached out to Tyrone, he was happy. So that tells you who actually wants to play. And Onyekuru didn't hesitate, or Olayinka didn't hesitate for the fact that they were not in the initial 28-man list. And Taiwo Awoniyi didn't hesitate. He only had to reach out to his club president, and we had an agreement. Please let him play the last game for us. We'll do everything possible to make sure he's available. That's enthusiasm. But I think the 28 we submitted now, I think it's good enough. We just have to work hard and make Nigeria proud and make ourselves proud.
And Semi Ajayi.
Semi Ajayi, obviously, he was not up to, yeah, that's correct. He was also not, that escaped me. He was not in the 28-man list. But he was in the alternate list. It was on air. He was on the alternate list. Kevin Ogboguma was on the alternate list. Onyekuru and co. And then we reached out to Semi. He jumped at it. I think that's that spirit we want. It's not because it's not a right for anybody to coach Nigeria or play for Nigeria. It's a privilege. If it's not coming, you have to take it. If it comes, you have to grab it. You know, so that's where we are. So we're expecting them after the last game so we can have a full house. And I would say it's a regret also. I had the plans. I still have their names. About 7 home-based players I wanted to be in the midst, train, and then see what happens. But my hands were so tied that the league is on. The league only started on the 19th of this month. Yes. Yeah. Saturday, Wednesday, 2 weeks, you know. And then players have to play in their teams. No time to play any friendly games. So it'll be difficult to actually, because I believe some of these boys in the home league. You know, I actually reached out to Tokwe, a relative friend, Tokwe from Rangers, Afiz from Kwara, Uche from Rivers, there's a guy from Pillars, a couple of players, you know, but we have to submit a list. So there's no time to actually give them that opportunity to play friendly games. But hopefully they will also still have the chance. But it really doesn't make sense to bring them now. deny them from playing for their club side midweek, weekend, and then we're on the trip, on the plane to Cameroon, and they go back home. It doesn't really make sense, but their chance will come.
Will there be any preparatory games before Nigeria's first game?
We will try to see if we can get one out there, because we're only six now. Hopefully, a few will also come in tomorrow, and the other ones will be coming in after their last game in Europe. And when we touch down, we'll see what we can ask for. But bottom line is, 97% of the team are players that have been playing here before. So I believe the understanding is there.
Thank you very much, Coach Augustine Eguavoen.
My pleasure, sir.
Happy New Year.
Same to you, my brother. Ciao.
Well, questions all answered. How the 28-man list was drawn, and then the issue of Emmanuel Dennis was touched. Osimhen was touched. Well. He spoke with Osimhen 3-4 times, and even up to midnight, the guy said, "Man, it's like I can't make it." And I said, "No, we said it here." When we interviewed Dr. Akimbinu, when we said, "Look, guy, it is better. There is still a lot of years in him. Why we will do that?" So I think it was considered both sides before the COVID.
Yeah, exactly. COVID now, the COVID now came again, and this is a player that was still recuperating from the minor accident he had in the game. But Ken, you look at all of these matters coming up, especially when you want to talk about Emmanuel Dennis and the fact that, like the coach himself said, he was threatened. Over the course of the week, Sebastian Haller was asked a question if he will be representing the Ivory Coast at the AFCON, and he said, "Would you ask a European player this question?" Exactly.
All right, let's go on a break. We want to go on a very short break, and when we come back, we'll just go straight to the Eagles camp and see what is happening there. Stay with us. Okay, you're welcome back. You had the Austin Eguavoen interview. Eguavoen did not just play for Nigeria. When we won our second Nations Cup right there in Tunisia in 1994, Austin Eguavoen was the standing captain for Stephen Okechukwu-Keshi. He played the whole match. Keshi didn't play. And when we won that trophy, he said he removed the band and said, "Skipo, you come and lift the trophy," and he gave it to him. He has served so many times as interim coach of the national team. When the substantive coaches have been relieved of their duties, he was assistant to Chairman Christian Chukwu. I remember that, when we were about to qualify and Chukwu was asked, and he took over. I remember him leading the team to beating this Algeria. I think they went away to beat Algeria, I think 4-1. I remember that. So he has been there, he and his team, and to captain the national team, to be the head of the technical committee, and we've heard from him. Jimmy has just joined us. Jimmy, you're welcome to the show.
Compliments of the season.
It's
nice to be on the set once again. We pray and hope that 2022 is a better sporting year for Nigerians and Nigerian sports enthusiasts and lovers.
Okay. All right. Let's see if we are ready. We might go straight to Abuja. Let's go straight to Abuja because we have Babafemi Raji right there. Femi is looking so calm. I thought he was jogging. Hello, Femi. How are you? Are you hearing us loud and clear?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Good afternoon. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy 2022. Babafemi Raji is the media officer of the national team. And you just watched that video, courtesy of Raji. He's doing a great job there, putting us in tow every second of the day. Raji, as at now, the last time we were in touch, we had 12 players in camp. How many do we have now?
Yeah, we still do have 12 players in camp. In fact, we'll be having lunch, but that's in the next 18 minutes. But before the evening training at 5 p.m., we should have close to 18 players in camp, 18, 19 players. And then the numbers will just keep swelling that way. We are in full gear already in terms of training. We've had 3 or 4 training sessions so far since camp opened, and notwithstanding the number of players in camp, so we've been having training sessions on and on. Right now in camp, as we speak, Zaidu Sanusi was the 12th man to arrive camp. He arrived just at breakfast time. And we still have the likes of Moses Simon, Francis Uzo, Henry Onyekuru, Peter Olaringa, Chidozia Waziem Chidera Ejuke is also here in camp. Daniel Akpei, Sadiq Umar is present here. Olisanda is also very much in camp. John Noble, Taiwo Awoniyi present here in camp. So 12 players in camp.
Okay. Which are the other players that we're expecting? Is it after today or maybe by tomorrow? What's the time live given to them to appear in camp? The other players who have not arrived.
From tomorrow, we start expecting the UK-based players.
Okay.
We start expecting the likes of Alexander Iwobi to be around here. Trustekong are going to be around here. We expect a whole lot of them to be around here. The captain of the team will be in camp from today. And talking about the rest of the players. So we're already in full swing. That's why I said by evening training. Training will be at the Moshood Abiola Stadium right here in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. Training is 5 p.m. It's fully open to our colleagues in the media. And although there will be strict COVID-19 protocols and security right there. So we expect the other players to be in camp, but the UK-based players who we expect tomorrow, because we will have a very massive training. We've been having great training sessions ongoing. The coach, interim coach, Augustine Eguavoen, has been doing a wonderful job with the rest of the coaching crew right here. And then by tomorrow, we'll have a very large training still at the Moshood Abiola Stadium right there. And on the 4th, too, we'll have a final training session. We'll have one more training session on the 4th, have another training session in the morning of the 5th before we depart for Garua in the night of the 5th.
When are we leaving for Garua? On the 9th? On the 5th? When are we leaving for Garua? When?
Yes, 5th. I said that. I said the night of the 5th. It means
okay, the night of the 5th.
January. Yes.
All right.
Night. We'll be leaving.
Okay, go on.
We'll be leaving at night. We'll be leaving at night.
Okay.
It's just a 45-minute trip by air. Garua, Abuja to Garua. Just a 45-minute trip by air. So. And already the NFF has been able to get already long ago the landing permit. We'll be traveling by chartered flights. So we already have the landing permit to indeed touch base when we get to Garua. So it's an interesting camping exercise here because Garua and Abuja share similar climatic conditions.
Okay.
I'm sure you're surprised about that.
I'm very surprised. I thought it would be colder. I mean, going to the east, thinking about Mambila Plateau and stuff like that. So I thought probably Garua would be a little bit much cold compared to the weather. That would be a little bit more cold compared to Abuja. And Abuja will be hotter. But like you said,
right now,
go on.
Right now, the temperature in Abuja is 34 degrees centigrade or Celsius.
Okay.
The temperature in Garua is 33 degrees Celsius.
Wow. Well,
I'm telling you now for fact. Right now, precipitation in Abuja is 0%.
Yeah.
Precipitation in Garua is 0% as we speak.
Okay, so we have already acclimatized.
Yes, right now, humidity is 22% in Abuja. Humidity in Garua is 15%.
Wow. I think
now the current wind speed in Garua right now is 14 kilometers per hour, and the current wind speed in Abuja is 6 kilometers per hour. So we're already acclimatizing.
We're already acclimatizing. We are home.
Yeah.
Home away from home.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Okay. Is there anything you want to tell Nigeria? Because we're bringing you here on next week Sunday too. So just be ready so that by then we would have won our first or maybe second matches. We would have played. I think our first match is on the 11th against Egypt.
Yes, exactly. So
okay.
we'll be preparing to play next week Sunday.
Next week Sunday will be the opening. We won't have started playing. That will be the first matches on the 9th. That will be Cameroon, Burkina Faso. That will be on the opening day. But we'll be traveling. We'll be at your edge. You would have traveled there, and then we'll also reach out to you on that particular day so that you can give Nigerians updates. Thank you very much, Raji. It's a pleasure speaking with you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Keep supporting the Super Eagles.
Oh yeah, we have no choice. All right, gentlemen, that is Bafemi Raji giving us.
I really would have loved to ask him a couple of questions.
Okay.
One, as regards Emmanuel Dennis Bonaventure. Dennis actually played under Imama, and there are reports that there might have been some kind of attitudinal, issues that led to some of the things that we're seeing right now, and also the fact that somehow between Raw and himself, maybe they had issues that actually did not get Raw to put him in the 37-man list, initial list, which of course AFCON was.
Raji will be able to answer that because Eguavoen answered that and said Dennis wanted to come. So I think that would have put...
Okay, whilst I understand and appreciate what you mean and how you mean, I also feel that it's safe for Eguavoen to say that. But I think there are more issues that have been unresolved within the team with Raw, Dennis, and of course, Eguavoen was trying to do his own part, but it wasn't going to work out. So if he says, well, the threatening, blah, 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 it's fine for him to say that. And
no, he said he spoke.
Ranieri actually did say something. Ranieri did say, well, it's fine, I'm just the manager. The two boys should talk to themselves, the board of Watford and also the Nigerian Football Authority. So, fine, we'll just leave it at what it is. But, you know, I think we have got to do our part when it comes to pre-call-ups, the procedure. The NFF should not be found wanting in any of these kind of pre-match arrangements. And I would also have liked to ask, it said something about the permits, the necessary permits being gotten, because you see, it's going to be just 4 days before the match, and they're still going to be in Nigeria, and you have some of the players not yet in camp and all that. So we can only hope at this point in time that they have already gotten everything sorted, because we always know the drama when it comes to logistics with our authorities.
Of course, in this particular issue, like we are saying here, under normal circumstances, the players are supposed to arrive in camp minimum of 13 days to tournaments. But because of the COVID, and that's what we're talking about, he mentioned, just mentioned to me here, you are supposed to go with 23 players. Now we are going with 28 players. And not just Nigerian players. We saw Amares play yesterday. He's going, he's going for Algeria. The Egyptian players, El Neni and the rest of them, they are still playing. They will still go to their national team. So it is not just affecting Nigeria. The issue with Dennis and whatever coaches under 23, under 17 he has been playing for Nigeria. Whatever issues there, the coach, if three of us were, at each point in time appointed as the coach of the national team, we have our own players that we want to have.
Exactly.
Because it's the players that will carry out. So whatever they had, the man has been inviting Dennis. Maybe he felt Dennis can interpret his own vision of whatever. In a club, if you change coach, look at Manchester United. They brought in a player formerly. The two fullbacks they didn't play about 4 matches. It was as if they at that point the man wanted to change. So every coach has their vision, and the players are there to interpret that vision right there on the pitch. So whatever fracas are just
leave it at that.
It doesn't concern us here. Those are backroom talk. We should be talking about it same that in the front burner. Okay, so you guys have had them. Like we said, where it is going to be the Nations Cup. That's what we're going to discuss today. The lines will be open so that you can join us. We have a new coach. In Peseiro. But those are the venues.
Yes. Douala. We are going to have 6 stadiums in 5 cities. Douala, Yaoundé, Garoua, where the Super Eagles will be playing, Bafoussam, and of course, Limbe. So those are the stadiums right there.
Limbe from Olimbe.
Yes, so these are the 6 stadiums, of course, in 5 cities in Cameroon. I think Garoua should be in the northern part of Cameroon, yes. So, like the media officer said, well, similar temperatures, players acclimatized, and hope everybody comes in fully fit. Let's go down there and let's do the needful. So
let me stick with you. I mean, camping in Abuja has been. I mean, it's ideal.
Yeah, I think based on what he said, so far so good. I think it's ideal. And then you talked about the coach himself, the interim coach. That's Coach Eguavoen. He's someone that's been with the team for a very, very long time. Being the head of technical director, he knows quite a number of these players. At one point today, I would have worked with them. So of course, I think having them in camp now, at least as arriving one by one, he should be able to put them through the proper drills and get them fully prepared and fit for the tournament that starts next week.
In fact, Jimmy, I believe one of the basic responsibilities of the technical department is to have the data on every Nigerian player that is eligible, or even if it's ineligible
to play.
There shall be a
represent the country.
Database,
and so for the member of technical, that's why even I think France did it when they signed the coach. They asked, you know, the technical director to step in at any point.
It's not the first time it's happened.
So technical director
in Brazil it did happen. And, well, I think the leader to that is you were practically talking about the technical committee and the fact that ordinarily the department should be well versed in terms of understanding the players, the kind of players that we actually need to prosecute games. And I like the fact that he talked about philosophy. Whilst I think right now we may not really dwell on philosophy, he's talking about it. But I don't think it's the one that will be in charge eventually to talk about philosophy. We now depend on what Peseiro himself wants after the prosecution of this particular competition. But the technical committee and the technical department, they have it all to do moving forward to ensure we have a proper, a visible playing pattern. A philosophy that when you see Nigeria play, like the days of old, when we knew that it was the wings that had been our strongest point, we begin to understand what exactly a Nigerian team is expected to do given different scenarios. So our football philosophy at this point in time, moving forward, is going to be key. It has to be
clearly defined.
It has to be clearly defined.
Anyway, for me, I have never believed in football philosophy. Why do I say that? I believe every coach have their own personal philosophy. If you want to play wings and you don't have wingers, do you suddenly have to go and play?
You know why I would disagree with you? You know why I would disagree with you?
Yes.
The Dutch have got their own football philosophy.
They have never won the World Cup.
It doesn't matter.
So
the Italians had always had that.
Exactly.
Even if it does evolve somehow, the Brazilians have their own football philosophy.
Which changed. After 1970, and they didn't win in 1994.
We're not saying football philosophies
they forgot flair.
It shouldn't be stagnant. It should be able to evolve.
Definitely.
It should be able to evolve.
But there are certain basics that you always see. The dynamics of the game, even though it does change, you see that it's a Brazilian playing, a Brazilian team playing, and not much is going to change. Apart from the fact that we try to make it evolve.
Which is more important? Is this style or substance?
Well, I think the style is what will get you the substance.
No, the style don't know.
You know why? Ken, why I say this is, if your style does not have substance, it's going to be very, very difficult.
You need the players to interpret whatever vision that you have. That is my belief. I might be wrong.
The case here is, you are saying football philosophies.
Your friend is on the line.
Our friend.
Oh, I'm in trouble. But let me apologize first before you start contributing.
No, I think you apologize because I like the
I have apologized. I have apologized. Please, let's have your contribution.
What I'm saying, we are still your fans. Let's say me personally, I'm still your fans. Unless you never see New Year gift.
You will get it. You will get it.
What I'm trying to let you know is that I want you to see, from my opinion, I rate Keshi more than West Ham. I will tell you why. The reason is that how many years it took Keshi to take a Cup of Nations? How many years it took West Ham to take up Nation? That's number one. And the home base. And if you see why I rate Keshi as the best coach Nigeria already have, after that is West Ham. Because what I'm trying to tell you is that if you look at the rate of the way the Keshi performed for that almost 3 or 2.5 years, you will see that it's more than West Ham. About Eguavoen, I still rate Eguavoen if assuming NFF are given a chance. And I wish NFF to give him a chance. I don't, if you see the record of, when I Google the record of this coach that is coming, I'm telling you the truth, it's a failure. Double failure. I don't see anything. And please, look for the Kwara United. You will see what is happening today.
They won the other day, you called them. Maybe they will win again. Anytime you call Kwara.
We lose against, it's a way now. Our home, we are winning our home. And we are still continue winning our home. But Ranger, your own club, you will beat them by the grace of God. Put it down.
Thank you. Owo has a way of getting at me. Let me tell you something. I have supported a lot of Nigerian clubs Yes, I supported Rangers. Maybe I was wearing, I supported Julius Berger. They played at that point in time, the beautiful football in the Lafa League.
They had the system.
So,
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
They had the system.
Exactly.
They had the system.
So Joko Bonito. No, they were winning. It was style and substance. They had this German coach then. I think I'm trying to remember the year, that particular year. They lost their first 3 matches.
Yeah.
Then when Julius Berger took over, it was like Pep.
Can you remember 84, 85, 86?
Oh my God.
The likes of from then, Abiola Babes. From then, Iwanya won national. So those teams, they are down philosophies.
No, they have their coaches. Coaches have their philosophy. Jimmy, I would never agree with you. All right, John is on the line. Hello, John. John, how are you?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, John.
Happy 2022.
Right.
Let's hear you.
Thank you very much for starting up on a very good note. For giving us the update concerning what is happening in the Super Eagles camp.
Yeah.
That is one of the things I really like about your, presentation of free sports, set of the normal thing up on every Sunday. So concerning Eguavoen, they should all support him. And I begin to God, I need to see, changing pattern of play. It's going to be different. I get him. All we need, all support that these people need, we should give them all the support so that they can, have the courage to do us well. And I want us to continue to pray for the sooner also and some other prayers that are not, meet at this point in time. So that is my contribution.
Thank you very much, John. We pray. We are all Nigerians. We want Nigeria to win. It's been long. Sometimes if I see Cameroon, I think we're talking about, with Okwe last week or so. Yeah. If I see Cameroon, and number 5, winning five, while we have won just 3. And then 3 of those times that Cameroon
that did us.
They beat us. So sometimes I just want us to go to this Garoua, play and get to the final and play Cameroon.
Beats Cameroon.
This is what happened in 2000. Let it sit now.
Where somebody did like this.
Yes. So let it be their turn. I love Eto. I love Cameroon. But this time, I'm not saying we want our pound of flesh. We want our cup back. That's just the thing. They took it from here. Let us go there and collect it.
Wow.
It's simple.
That particular match. I was in the stadium. I still have. Well, I love Victor Ekpeba. But when he did like this,
See, there was no VAR. There was no goal line technology. They were called linesmen that time. Those who carry flag were not referees, assistant referees. They were linesmen. So if you don't run your line very well, without some of them, we don't even check their vision. They'll just say the thing just, after. No. 1966. There was in the finals of the World Cup. Did the ball cross the line or not? So it's not just Nigeria. It's been happening right there.
Even the hand of God, the famous hand of God.
Okay. It will be starting on the 9th. Let's see the fixtures of 9th of January because Cameroon. We've played Cameroon in the final. We have played Burkina Faso in the final. We have played Cameroon 3 times in the final. I don't want to know the result. We'll play them. So this is for the night. Cameroon taking on Burkina Faso and Ethiopia taking on Cape Verde. What do you expect? Opening match. Cameroon, Burkina Faso. Who takes that?
Well, you're looking at the host and the fact that, of course, they're playing in front of their fans in Yaoundé. Well, I personally will be giving it to Cameroon. I don't see Burkina Faso causing an upset.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think Cameroon will be going all out for this, and I feel that Cape Verde to be able to get one over.
But Ethiopia. If you look at the current form and really playing recent, I think you want to give it to Cape Verde. All in all, I think we're going to have a very, very interesting competition. Yes, because hopefully we get to see the use of VAR
The fear has to work.
It has to work.
It's not the time that Arsenal always complain against.
Hopefully get to see the
Let's go to Abuja.
Clement is calling from Abuja.
Hello, Clement. How is the weather? How clement is the weather in Abuja?
Yeah, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Clement.
Yeah, please, I want to comment about our coach.
Yeah.
Please, I want a situation where we don't refer to him as a failure. What's his name? Westhoff had no experience. We didn't know Westhoff from anywhere before they brought him.
Yeah.
Yes, he performed. So let's give this guy a chance. It's wrong for Donald to perpetually tag him as a failure all the time. Let him start. Let's see what he can do. Please, thank you.
All right.
He left his last job at Venezuela
Yeah.
because of unpaid
Salary.
He played 10 matches and won only one.
Exactly. And I think the record had been poor. And I also feel that Owolafe, has the right to dub him a failure. But then again, like he's
like Clement is saying,
give him a chance.
Yes, give him a chance. So
he has been employed.
We don't have a right to gag Owolafe. He sees him as a failure. We see, okay, fine, he's now in. We only pray that
we judge him by results.
Anyway, even if you are judging him by result, you've got to give him some time.
Obviously,
before
definitely.
we can, I judge him poor.
You remember when Rob came in? You see, we don't want the man to win. We want him to win.
Exactly.
Clement, actually, don't read me. I'm speaking for myself now. When Rob came, you understand? We told them, Burkina Faso sacked this guy. Niger sacked him.
So why
what miracle was he
expected
to do in Nigeria?
The same thing is happening here again.
We told them. You understand? There wasn't the benefit of the doubt. Raw was the longest serving national coach of Nigeria in history.
And he won a bronze. And we have to say this.
We have 15 bronze.
Austin Eguavoen right now, whether we like it or not, he won us a bronze in 2006. Yeah. So there is nothing special Raw achieved all through the space of time he had been.
There is no nation in Africa that has won more bronze medals at the AFCON than Nigeria. At a point, we won the
golden bronze.
That was our second detour to Tunisia.
Definitely.
When we went back in 2004, 10 years after we won it. And we won the gold first in Tunisia, and then we went back and they said it became a golden bronze. It was the politics then. And that was in 2004. Yeah. Because they were trying to slate the 2002 team that won a bronze and will say Amadou Chouaibou and Co failed. Yeah. Now, when they now won the same bronze in 2004, they said they dubbed it the golden bronze. But bronze is bronze. By whatever name that you call it. Okay. All right, who do it live now? Razak, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Razak.
Yeah, my contribution is the mindset of the. Yeah, I said fine. Good afternoon. The mindset of the player determines the philosophy of the playing pattern.
Yeah.
However, so if the players are not ready to play. The players are not ready to play, which means there's a problem. The coach is just there to motivate them. If you see what Keshi did the other time, it was just a motivation, and everybody was ready to work with him. So the same thing can apply in the Cameroon this time around. If the players are properly motivated and encouraged, I believe the sky will be our limit. Yeah. And if you are to talk about the new coach, the NFA is supposed to have wait till the end of the AFCON competition, whether they will have to retain or hire another foreign or another better foreign coach. That is just my view. Thank you.
All right. Two things. One, I like what you said too about the players.
I don't agree.
Because wait,
I don't agree. You know I don't agree.
Let me talk before you disagree.
As a presenter, the analysts you have on board do not determine your presentation style. So where are we?
It depends if my presentation style is effective or not.
You're not Mourinho now. He's not Mourinho.
No. Razak said something.
Yeah.
He said about the players not willing. So your player that will tell you we can't play what. Lukaku is complaining now. Yeah. He said, at the style of this man, it's not, the man is changing style, it doesn't suit my play. We've seen players that say, look, I cannot fit in. We've seen it happen.
Yeah. Yes and
so
no.
That is the thing.
Yes and no. Okay, Tuchel, I think that if you look at it from that angle, it may be a little bit simplistic. Lukaku coming out to say stuff like he did say about Tuchel, I don't think it's fair enough. I mean, these are issues that could be resolved internally.
No, I think he has the right to come out.
I do not agree. He unsettles the team.
Jimmy, see, when I agree.
If Tuchel were Mourinho,
if he didn't say
it, I think it's left for the coach to respond now.
Wait, if he has not said it,
he underserves Tuchel that way.
You see, there are a lot of players.
Yeah.
Going through what Lukaku is going through, but some of them couldn't voice it and whatever it is, and they suffer. Like you said, of course, it may affect the team.
Yeah,
that's okay. Fine. Why are you speaking out?
Bound by contract.
Well, the contract doesn't mean he can speak out.
Most times they say your style.
Ken, you know, I want to correct something Theo is saying right now. Theo is saying it doesn't mean he should not speak out, but when you consider the fact that he does underserve the team. Even Tuchel is like throwing him under the bus at this point in time.
Because we are going on a short break. When we come back, we'll know whether the water is a bull or which other boss. Stay with us. It's Channel Sport on Sunday. All right, welcome. You welcome back. It is the Channel Sport on Sunday, and this is the first edition of 2022. I wish we could reach to as many of you as possible. We want to hear your voice. We want to set the tone. We just want to enjoy ourselves today, and we believe that is the tone we're going to have in 2022. Yes, sport, when we talk sport, people shouldn't be angry. People shouldn't. We try to lighten the mood. Okay, let us take the other fixtures in the coming days. We just took the first one.
Okay, Senegal, Zimbabwe, Guinea, Malawi, Morocco will be taking on Ghana, and the Comoros Islands will be taking on Ghana.
So the toughest fixture here is Morocco-Ghana.
Morocco-Ghana should be very interesting.
Yes. Very interesting. Yeah. Senegal should win that convincingly. Guinea,
Malawi.
The president of Guinea did say they should
they should reform. You either deliver.
if you don't deliver, Jimmy, who are you?
You're your own. Again, Comoros taking on Gabon, and the Arsenal captain he needs this leave.
He does.
The further Gabon goes, the better.
Newcastle wants him on loan, so we see what happens.
If he goes to Newcastle on loan, Arsenal is in trouble.
Algeria, Sierra Leone,
of course,
Nigeria,
Riyad Mahrez.
Riyad Mahrez, Benrahma.
It was his free kick that sent us home.
Yeah, Benrahma, Soleimani. It's going to be massive.
It's loaded.
Exactly.
Nigeria, Egypt. It's going to be very tough.
Yeah.
50-50 for me.
What you say?
50-50.
Okay.
All right. Okay. But nothing stops us from beating Egypt.
Nothing actually.
Egypt is not Algeria at this point in time. If you look at the trend, Algeria and Tunisia are actually on the ascendancy. You can't say the same of Egypt
Algeria
at this point.
Algeria is not on the ascendancy. Algeria is at the peak. They've climbed to the
definitely over
the bulk of the
almost 40 matches
on one particular club side.
But you see, most times when we don't expect Nigeria to do well, they find a way of turning out overwhelming results.
Jimmy, what are the points you're saying about this game? Nigeria versus Egypt.
It's advantage Egypt.
My point exactly.
It's advantage Egypt.
Advantage Nigeria. I'm supporting Nigeria. Sudan, Guinea-Bissau. I think Guinea-Bissau will pick that. Okay. All right. Let's. Shola. Olushola, how are you?
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Coming up the season to the crew.
Happy New Year, my guy.
Yeah, on the national squad that's on the board today, I think I want to join forces with Lafayette one time that Keshi remains our best coach so far in history to me. Because if Keshi are under home-based coaches, I'll be given the same support that I've been given to foreigners. They must have gotten better even than Keshi. Keshi remains my best coach in Nigerian football history. But I don't want us to just prejudge any coach for now.
Yeah.
Though NFL was hasty in contracting the coach now, since we are going to Nations Cup, they could have waited, look at the performance of Eguavoen. But concerning the philosophy of the team, it's like you are saying an employee should determine what an employer does. If I'm employing you, I give you kinds of references. This is what you're coming to do. The philosophy belongs to the team, not the player. So we look for a coach who can drive our philosophy, and look for players who will interpret whatever the coach is saying. All of them, we are lying towards that. Understand? Look at it. I remember when this man, Ferguson, was coach of Man. Any Man player, they are average player, but we see what he did in that team. By the time he was there, you see, we also Mikel was playing for Chelsea. But when he got there, Mourinho played him the way he wanted to play for the team. So it's not a player that determines the philosophy of a team. Like that team determines the philosophy of a player. That's what I said. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much. No, you're very right. That, like we said, every coach have their own philosophy, not a national philosophy. You bring in a coach with players that has at his disposal. He now, that will translate. They are going to go to translate his vision and then achieve whatever result that he wants to achieve. And that is the thing.
Club national team should have their own vision, and they hire someone who drive the vision. So what that means is it's not the players that are employees in this particular scenario that would drive the vision. It is already a vision that the national team has, or the club.
Based on the attributes of the player that you have.
I do not agree.
Finidi is totally a natural born winger.
Definitely so. He will now drive the vision. He will now drive the vision of Enyimba using a philosophy he is particular about. If Enyimba does not have their own philosophy. Now, what we are saying is the national team has not had a philosophy in over a decade. What that means now is whatever we're trying to do, we're trying to impact a new philosophy which Raw could not do. That's why for most of the matches, we never saw a pattern.
Raw could not win, and it couldn't fashion a pattern. A pattern is that a nation, like I said, you see, you believe a national philosophy is just if Brazil must play the same way. Brazil were playing the same way of 1958, 62, 70. After then, they still thought they were having Zico and of them all. Look at how they lost in 82. That 82. I mean, if they had some steel, they would have done that. But by 1994, most of their players were not playing in Europe. They now find out you have this defense is as important or even more important that defense wins you the trophy than just flair.
Again, Catenaccio, the Italian variant.
Exactly.
Now it is because already the federation and the coaches in tandem, they knew this is our own vision.
Musa is there. Let's go to Kogi. Hello, Musa. Musa, how are you? How are you, Musa? I like to hear from Kogi. That is a fine state too.
Conference
state. Jimmy, I agree with you.
Yeah.
The Italian team were able to achieve what they were achieving, but even then, coaches like Arrigo Sacchi, you see a lot of other coaches studied them. You see when talking like we study him. We were talking about Marcelo Bielsa. Coaches study him because each, look at tomorrow in the next.
Why do we talk about DNAs?
What we talk about?
DNAs. Why do you talk about the Barcelona DNA? It's because it's a particular philosophy.
Started with Johan Cruyff.
Definitely.
There wasn't before.
And they have not deviated so much from there.
Yes, but now, how effective has it been if there are no players to translate that philosophy?
I agree. But then again, the question now begs for Nigeria.
Yes.
We don't have one. We need one.
We had some crop of players that came out in from 88 till the early 1990s. And then Africa didn't catch up on time. We also have that. True. Okay, we're in Lagos here. Mike, how are you? Hello, Mike.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, Mike. You are in Lagos here.
Good afternoon. Happy New Year to you and the team. Yes.
Thanks.
Happy New Year, Ochologo and the team.
Thank you.
Well done, my brother.
Well done. Oh, yeah, go on now.
Thank you. What I'm saying is you are talking about philosophy. This one about team philosophy. Nigeria itself, Nigeria national team will be carried along by individual skills and players.
Yeah.
So, most of the players we have. And now we have our fighters to this tournament are not there. I don't think Etebo is there. I don't think our main man Usibe is there. Neither is this other guy. But God gave us this boy in Watford.
Emmanuel Dennis.
And now. This Watford boy.
Emmanuel Dennis.
This is Watford.
Yes,
this boy now, because of our assist, cannot communicate in time.
Yes.
So we don't expect anything. Let's be sincere. We should not be pretending. We are going to the stream with a basket.
We have some good players. We have been clamoring for Awoniyi to be part of that team.
At a point in time, Peter Olayinka was doing very well in the Champions League. Now he's in the squad. Maybe we don't have the likes of Terry Murphy. We don't have the likes of Cyril Desert. But it just says a lot about the avalanche of players, the quality players that we have. But how to harness these players and, utilize them to achieve proper results is what has been missing. We talked about game management, in-game management, most especially with Chief Raw. But unfortunately, we still have a lot. Exactly. So at this point in time, we just hope that Eguavoen is able to harness what he's got at this point in time. Yeah.
Well, same for me though. Hopefully, like Jimmy has rightfully said, he's able to harness what we have. Because I'm looking at a fine crop of players that have been called up for this particular championship. There's Barry, Emmanuel Dennis, and of course Oshime, who have been firing on all cylinders in Europe. But I still think that we can go all the way, and we can make something out of this players that we have.
Because Eguavoen has played for this team. If we're talking about DNA, that is the Nigerian DNA is flowing in him and his team. But I don't really believe in assistance. Because I remember, I not remember, Jose Peseiro they were talking about here, and they said, it was right there. Okay, let's take Richard. Richard is saying Lagos. Hello, Richard. King Richard, how are you? Hello, Richard.
Hello, Mr. Ken.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm actually an ardent watcher of the show, but this is the first time I'm calling you guys. So Happy New Year to all you guys.
Happy New Year.
Regarding to what the last caller said, I think I want to stand with him. I don't think we should pretend about this.
Okay.
Whatever chances Nigeria had to win this tournament, I think with the fact that Dennis and Osimhen are not going to be there, our chances have been cut by 50%, whether we like it or not.
Okay.
So to be honest, I'm not optimistic that we're going to do anything in this tournament.
All right.
I'm an advocate for local players to be in the national team. But the truth is, whether we like it or not, our league has not been very good. So what I usually advocate for now is players that were diaspora players that were either born abroad or that have been playing abroad for a while. Because you know why? That's the way the world is going now. If you look at even the best countries in the world, be it Spain or Italy, you find out that some nowadays, once you see any player anywhere that has a relationship with their country and is doing well, immediately they will bounce on that player.
All right.
You understand? And the FA will do everything. They might not beg the player, but they will do everything possible to make sure that that player plays for the country. So the same thing should have been for Nigeria.
Thank you very much. We are the time is off, so probably by next week Sunday, but by His grace, we'll be here. We'll be talking AFCON again and again. But I tell you, Osimhen is not there. Taiwo Awoniyi go be the yakini of this championship. I'm Ken Ochonogo. Have a blessed Sunday.